Dear students, I will talk about atomic force microscopy. This is very powerful technique to characterize the surface profile and surface property of various organic, inorganic, biological materials. So, agenda of this topic: history, basic concept, working principle, working modes, sample holder, application, and then conclusion. If you will see the history, the work on AFM was started in 1929 by manufacturing the stylus profiler, and that work was further extended by Becker in 1950 by presenting the oscillating probe, which was able to touch the sample surface. In 1970, Young presented a contact type stylus profiler, and a fruitful result came in 1981 when IBM they presented the AFM on the basis of Russell's and Young's stylus concept. But the successful AFM was manufactured first by Wing and Rohrer, German scientist, and his invention was awarded by Nobel Prize in 1986. If you will see the principle, the very fine tip is used to measure the profile of any sample surface, and sample surface is dragged under the tip, which is connected with a very sensitive cantilever end. AFM is capable to find surface images with resolution of 10 to the power minus 10 meter. A fine tip is connected to the end of a spring cantilever, which is subjected to interatomic separation between tip and sample surface. The interatomic potential is developed between the sample surface atoms and atoms which are present on tip surface. So, by the fine movement of tip across the sample surface, the interatomic potential between tip and sample drive the cantilever to move up and down, and the sample roughness comes in this way, and that is translated up to the photon diode. The deflection of the cantilever is used to estimate the topographic mapping of surface. Cantilever's end feature an each tip is a few atoms thick at its end. The cantilever is moved across the sample surface using piezoelectric manipulators. This can move in one direction, and that can move in vice versa, also in backward direction also. Tip is pressed onto the surface in contact mode by means a force which remains in piconewton level, and set the tip into oscillatory motion in non-contact mode. Usually any deflection of the tip is recorded using a reflected laser beam on an imaging sensor. So, AFM is used to measure the atomic force between a specimen surface and very fine tip. If you will see the conceptual diagram of AFM, then you will find that there is a platform where the sample holder will cap the sample in systematic way. Then there is a light source which produce the laser light, which will directed by mirror on tip of cantilever end, and then by the deflection of sample surface roughness, the laser beam will deflect accordingly, and the deflected laser beam will detect by means of photodetector, and that will compare with the threshold value, and then with the help of feedback amplifier it will come up to piezoelectric scanning tube, and the movement in z direction along the x and y axis of sample that will be monitored and presented on computer monitor. So, these are some features of AFM. It measures the atomic force between a specimen surface and fine tip. Tip is assisted by laser and a detector to estimate cantilever motion. It is used to keep the interaction force within the range. Specimen holder make up and down movement under these situations. Cantilever movement is used to create a three-dimensional image along the z-axis as a function of sample x and y position. This is the you can say working principle, actual working principle of AFM, where the specimen surface is presented here. Over that surface, the fine silicon tip, which has the tip in nanometer size, connected with the cantilever end, and one end of the cantilever that is remain fixed with the frame of the AFM, and this cantilever is again connected with the resonance frequency tube. So different type of movement takes place. First movement is or data that comes in terms of height data. So z-axis position is monitored by input voltage to piezo tube scanner. Second data, phase data. The phase of derived signal compared to the phase of output signal from photodiode detector, and in this way phase data are recorded and monitored. Third is amplitude data. So output signal measuring RMS value of laser along the y-axis position on detector is measured, and that is basically the representation of amplitude data. Photodiode detector is used for quadrant. The phase data, phase of feedback signal which is compared to the phase of derived signal, and in this way phase data is monitored and recorded accordingly. AFM measurement modes. Conceptually, two modes are used, topographic mode and non-topographic mode. In case of topographic mode, this mode of scanning is used to make observation in contact mode, non-contact mode, taping and imaging mode. Non-topographic mode, this modes of scanning is used to put on view the functional characteristics of the specimen, surface, spectroscopic mode and magnetic reactants. In detail, if you will see the contact mode, the probe is pulled across the specimen surface during contact mode of AFM by keeping a fixed band in the cantilever and a steadily contact between tip and sample surface. The cantilever band make a corresponding displacement of probe tip ZT between deflected and non-deflected cantilever position. The applied normal force is estimated by Hooke's law, P equal to K into ZT, where K is cantilever spring constant, P is force and ZT is displacement along the z-axis. The z-scanner moment is used to represent the displacement that directly proportional to the sample surface profile. Apart from all these merits, there are some limitations. Surface contamination is possible. Surface damage that can also be possible by the movement of tip. Normal and lateral forces are generated by dragging action of probe tip on specimen surface. If you will see the non-contact mode, here cantilever vibrates at resonance frequency that is around 100 kHz. A very fine gap is maintained between tip and specimen, that is 1 to 10 nanometer. Probe tip oscillates just few nanometer above the sample surface. So tip doesn't touch the sample surface but don't have too much gap far away from sample surface. So both amplitude and resonance frequency changes as it comes close to specimen surface due to the presence of weak long range forces which helps in sample imaging. During scanning feedback loop, scanner are used to keep constant amplitude or resonance frequency. So scanner movement become prime instrumental to create topographic image of specimen surface. Apart from all these merits, this mode also has some limitations. The association between weak van der Waals forces and large spring constant results a very weak signal, which is very difficult to detect sometimes. This weak signal guides unstable feedback, slower scanning speed. The lateral resolution is lower than contact or taping mode because of sample tip separation. Tip doesn't make positive attachment or positive contact with sample surface. Taping mode, this is basically called as intermittent mode also. So this is used for soft samples. Applied force remains lower than the force which is applied in case of contact mode. Cantilever frequency quite near to the resonance frequency. Amplitude oscillations, they remains in the range of 20 to 200 nanometer, and these oscillations are higher than the oscillation which are used in case of non-contact mode. Tip comes in contact of sample surface for an instance, and interaction of tip and sample surface decide the testing parameters like frequency, time, amplitude, all these things. So liquid tipping, this mode of is added recently because this is very latest developed mode. selection of appropriate adhesive is a challenge because a appropriate adhesive is required to work in liquid taping mode. The specimen is clamped to a bare metal surface and firmly pressed with the help of adhesive and is essential to maintain the hydrostatic pressure and specimen immobility. If you will see the working principle of AFM, most of the AFM works on contact mode, in which tip makes direct contact with sample surface. To keep constant contact between probe tip and sample surface during a measurement, a force is applied to continuously make the contact, and that is called as the set value also. So proportional integrative differential PID controllers with feedback utilizing system is used to control the applied force on sample surface. Either attractive or propulsive interaction between tip and sample surface depends on physical interaction between tip and sample surface. The repulsive interaction is used to decide the set point of mean force in contact mode. The selection of force or selection of set point, that depends on type of measurement, type of tip obtained and nature of sample surface. In case of high set point, chances of tip damage and sample stretching goes high. No specific rule is still framed to decide the amount of applied force on sample surface, but generally it remains in piconewton level. Non-contact mode is advised for delicate surfaces. PID controllers are used to regulate the force. Oscillation mode is referred as taping mode also. You will see the various forces which acts during measurement. So this is the sample surface, this is the tip. In between sample surface and tip, where the 1 to 10 nanometer gap is there in case of non-contact mode. In case of contact mode, this gap will reduce and the tip will directly come in the contact of sample surface. So van der Waals forces will start to act, and the magnitude of these forces that remains negligible in case of non-contact mode, but the magnitude remains considerable in case of contact mode. The repulsive forces, they works above the sample surface, and the attractive forces, they works towards the sample surface and generally downward to the zero axis. The force separation and electrostatic charges can influence real force separation curve. The deflection remains unstable when slope of force separation curve exceeds the value of a spring constant of cantilever. In this way, the probe come close to sample surface, it will instantly come back towards the surface, and reverse jump will also record at larger separation between sample surface and tip during backward journey of tip. When a probe comes close to sample surface, instantly come back towards surface, and reverse jump will also record at larger separation between sample surface and tip during backward journey of tip. In case of contaminated sample surfaces, probe tip is more likely to jump towards the sample surface because the probe and surface are connected by means of a fine liquid layer. The liquid layer and surface tension is also like to connect them together. Under such situation, the probe bounces towards the place having the presence of enough attractive force, but tip remains in repulsive contact against the sample surface. Water is considered an ideal liquid, but in case of oily hydrophobic surface, acetone organic solvent proves superior than water. The cantilever is the softest component in this series, which remains more prone for deformation. Sometimes specimen also deformed by the load applied by tip on sample surface. In case of highly soft sample, its mechanical stability influences the result also. So now I am stopping at this point. The remaining part I will cover in part 2.